How's it going, everyone? So I feel like it's been a long time since I've talked about Skills, SKLZ. I mean, I feel like it was just yesterday. I was in a day trade on this thing when we were running up to $46.30. Weren't those the good old days? We all know what's been going on with the stock pretty much for just, you know, I guess all year, and especially 2021, stock really hasn't done anything. It looks like the stock is going, like, like the company is going out of business. It looks really like they're going to file for bankruptcy. A lot is to be determined. We do have earnings coming up, so maybe we get something in earnings in the guidance. That those earnings and that call is going to be on February the 21st. If we kind of look at the lows of where we were at, I'm looking at the weekly time frame here. Lowest price that we touched was $3.51. You can see here when we came, to market, we really opened at around $10 here. So we're significantly lower than where we opened. How much lower can the stock go? Well, the linear regression line. The linear regression line is telling me, if I could just get the right chart up. Linear regression line is telling me that we can go to negative $1.94. That would be telling me that the company is now a penny stock and being put out of business. Do I think that's going to happen? I don't think so. I think that's just a little bit more time. We have to see what's going on with the Fed. We have to see what's going on with the small cap season. I mean, are these small caps going to start to run? Can we get back to the days of glory? If you have been holding this stock, and you haven't cut your losses, and you haven't averaged down, maybe you're looking at a longer term horizon on the stock. Let me try to give you a little bit of hope here. So what we want to do is we definitely want to hold $3. Okay, we want to hold $3. That's our absolute floor. I mean, if the stock loses $3, how much lower are we going to just let it continue to bleed out? Because if we do lose $3, and let's say we do make a little run down in here to, like, let's say 275, 265, how much longer is that going to take before we can start creeping our way back up? Could be months, 6 months, 12 months, a year, before the company, crumbles, or, gets, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look good. There's no money flowing into Sklz right now. I don't think there's a reason why there needs to be money flowing into a stock like Sklz right now, especially when the overall market is kind of like, on the edge of the cliff. So it's not just Sklz. I understand that Sklz is down tremendously, but it's a lot of stocks going all the way up to mega cap. I mean, take a look at what they did to Facebook. So you are where you are with that. If we kind of just zoom in here, if I could just get this cursor to work right, if we can just zoom in here and kind of look at the bigger macro picture and kind of see, what do we really need to do for the stock to go higher? Well, the first things first is we need to reclaim the weekly 5-day moving average. That price is going to be $4.58. I think that as soon as we can clear out $4.58, the next price target, and I'm not going to put anything crazy on it, the next price target is going to be $6. So if you're interested in a little trade here, this is a very, very small stock, only trading at $4 right now. It doesn't take a lot of investment. If you do get a dollar move in your favor, and you have, 4 or 5,000 shares, that's a pretty good, that's a pretty good paycheck. Before we really talk about Sklz getting back to its glory days, it's got a lot of work to do. It needs to clear out the 5 on the weekly, the 10, the 20-day moving average, and we need to clear out all of this downward action here going all the way back to November. And that price is going to put us right around $10, which would be, if we kind of go back and we look, $10 kind of puts us to where this stock started. So with that being said, if we do get over this supply, okay, if we can get over this supply here, the next big push would be to $11.50. Now, I know I'm talking, a little bit ways down the road here, because especially when the stock is really just riding the 5-day moving average all the way down, what we're really going to want to start to see here is if you can see this 5-day moving average start sloping down like it's been, what we want to see, and it might take 2, 3, 4 more weeks before we see it, we want to start to see this flatten out. Okay, as soon as we can see this flatten out and we can see the price action get a little bit higher to this line and a little bit higher and a little bit higher, and we can somehow get over it, you are then going to see the 5-day moving average start to curl around. If something changes in the overall market where people are not as concerned about putting money into these high speculation, high growth stocks, then maybe we can get a little bit of turnaround. I'm going to put maybe a 2 to 6 month estimate that we can get back into the $7 to $10 range. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just kind of I'm just a day trader who likes to trade technical levels. But from just looking at the chart on a technical level, it's got a lot of work to do. And just given the amount of time that we've spent under all of this supply is just like imagine you're hiking up a hill, and you're wearing like a 50-pound weighted vest. Yeah, sure, maybe in the beginning it's not so heavy, but once you start getting, quarter ways up the hill, halfway up the hill, it starts to become heavier and heavier and heavier. And that's kind of like what's happening with this stock. The longer we stay under these moving averages and under this supply, this gets heavier and heavier and heavier. It makes it a lot harder for people to want to buy in because they don't trust the stock. And if you don't trust the stock, there's not going to be no money to be made on the stock, especially if you're not a long-term investor and don't believe in the fundamentals of the company, and you're more so just looking to get into a stock because you're looking for it to go to the moon, or you're looking for it to trade, or you're looking to make a quick buck on it. If there's no interest in the small caps, there's no interest in the sector, there's no interest in the company, there's no interest in, these type of plays, you're not going to get that reversal. Now, at the drop of a hat, something can switch in the small cap world, and then we can start running. If we do start running, and that there's a day that comes here, maybe it's earnings, maybe it's after the CPI numbers, maybe it's after the first interest rate hike, there's going to be some sort of catalyst where either this company is just going to continue to trade down here and become a penny stock, okay, for the longevity of its lifetime, or something is going to change here where we're going to start to flatten out and we're going to get this nice big spike. When we get that first big spike, that's going to draw all kinds of retail investors back into this stock. And that's kind of usually the way it works, right? Retail investors usually get happy and they start buying in here, and then they start buying in here, and then they start buying in here. And then when the stock starts to do this, they wonder what happened. What happened? What happened to all the fun? Everything went away. So if you are interested in playing this stock before it does this, okay, and you want to be along for the ride on a move like this, then you want to start accumulating down here, okay? And that stop that you're going to want to use is around $3. Okay, if we get below $3, I would just exit the trade, take your loss, and then kind of reassess the situation and the overall markets at that time. Guys, if you want more information on any particular stock, you want me to do a technical analysis breakdown, maybe show you guys how I would trade the stock, leave me a comment. Let me know the ticker symbol. Also, join my Discord. That link is down in the description box below. Subscribe to my channel as I do drop videos on the daily, multiple videos a day on technical analysis, kind of showing you guys where we can get in and make some money on these stocks. I will see you guys all in the next video.